Michigan Lieutenant Governor Garlin Gilchrist has endorsed Vice President Kamala Harris to be the Democratic nominee and the next U.S. president.
Yeah, the endorsement comes one day after President Biden announced that he will be ending his re-election campaign. So joining us now is Lieutenant Governor Garlin Gilchrist. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for having me.
So we've been seeing a lot of leaders getting behind Vice President Kamala Harris as she makes this move forward, possibly towards the White House. Can you give us your thoughts on just everything that's happening right now?
I'm incredibly excited about the vice president's leadership. I appreciate that President Joe Biden, who will be one of the most consequential presidents in American history, did the thing that very few leaders do, and that's create space for others to truly lead. And the energy that Vice President Kamala Harris will bring to this campaign and bring to the challenges and opportunities of the people of the United States of America and of the state of Michigan. I am so thrilled that she is going to be our standard bearer. I will be supporting her as our nominee and our next president. I cannot wait to welcome her back to the state of Michigan, where she has come time and time again to talk about how we can create generational economic opportunity and access to a dream of health and wealth for everyone in our state, to reduce the costs and expand the access to health care across Michigan, to make sure that our state and our nation is a leader in responding to the climate crisis. She has what we need to move this country forward.
And before he dropped out of the race, many Democratic leaders said only Biden could defeat Trump. So what challenges does Harris face moving forward?
She has an opportunity to reintroduce herself to the people of Michigan and the American people. And I think you've seen how people are responding already. In the first 24 hours of her being now the front runner to be the Democratic nominee, she raised $81 million. That is a sum that no one has ever raised in 24 hours in the history of presidential campaigning. That is because her leadership and the energy behind her leadership is also unprecedented. It's because she has an unprecedented opportunity to make a difference in the lives of the American people. And frankly, I cannot wait to see her prosecute the case against Donald Trump, to contrast her record as a defender of fundamental rights against someone who has broken the law time and time and time again and should be incarcerated for it. And now we have an opportunity to show that contrast in the way that only she can show it.
There are a lot of people who have some concerns about the approval ratings for the vice president. So the campaign essentially would have to reintroduce her to America in a very short amount of time. Do you think that's feasible?
Absolutely. There has been $0 spent on telling Vice President Kamala Harris's story since she became the vice president. But now we have an opportunity to reintroduce her to the American people, everything she represents, her values, her experiences, her leadership as vice president, the things she's done traveling abroad and working with some of the most complex challenges that America faces, but also how she's willing to come to places like Detroit and talk about how to build health and build wealth, to talk about what it means to make sure that medical debt is not part of your credit score so you can get a car loan or get a home and really have food on your table and money in your pocket or money in a bank account. This is the president that we need in a time like this, and I'm so proud to support her. And I think when people hear her story and when they see her and see her energy, see her empathy for the American people and for the communities that have the deepest challenges and the greatest opportunities, they're going to respond well to Kamala Harris.
Well, Lieutenant Governor Garlin Gilchrist, thank you so much for joining us tonight at CBS News Detroit.
Thank you for having me.